Inshallah, today I'm going to reflect on Surah Al-Nahl. Surah Al-Nahl that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to call Surah Al-Na'am. Na'am meaning blessings. Blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The reason being because Surah Al-Nahl, subhanallah, Allah reiterated at least 40 of His blessings upon us. At the beginning of the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالْأَنْعَامَ خَلَقَهَا. And from there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started reiterating the blessings that He blessed us with. At the end of the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about two nations. Two nations that did not thank Allah for His blessings. The first nation, وضرب الله مثلا قرية كانت آمنة مطمئنة يأتيها رزقها رغدا من كل مكان فكفرت بأنعم الله. Allah here said أنعم. And the nation that thanked Allah for His blessings was Ibrahim alayhi salam. إن إبراهيم كان أمة قانتا لله حنيفا ولم يكن من المشركين شاكرا لأنعمه. Allah started by saying أنعام, and at the end said أنعم. They're both plural. But subhanallah, أنعام is جمع كثرة. And I don't know how to translate this in English. It's a dual plural. It's a plural that has plural in it. When Allah talks about His blessings, He referred to it as أنعام or as نعم. وَأَسْبَغَ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعَمَهُ ظَاهِرَةً وَبَاطِنَةً. When He talks about people, He says أنعم. أنعم meaning جمع قلة. They were able to recognize the blessing of Allah upon them, but they did not necessarily recognize that within the blessing, there is a blessing. في النعمة نعمة أخرى. When Allah reiterates for us, He uses جمع كثرة. I'm going to give you an example for this just to make it more clearer. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the second page of Surah Al-Nahl started reiterating the blessings, He said, هُوَ الَّذِي أَنزَلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً لَكُم مِّنْهُ شَرَابٌ وَمِنْهُ شَجَرٌ. So for us, we know that water from the sky give us drink, water, and make us trees. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continued and said, يُنْبِتُ لَكُم بِهِ الزَّرْعَ وَالزَّيْتُونَ وَالنَّخِيلَ وَالْأَعْنَابَ وَمِنْ كُلِّ الثَّمَرَاتِ. What's so interesting about this ayah, it actually combined all type of fruits that require and does not require intervention of humans, of a farmer. So al-nakhil and al-zaytun, I'm not going to talk too much about palm because I'm not specialty with it. I'm from Jordan, so they have a lot of palm trees. So, they have a lot of olive tree. The olive tree requires very, very little intervention from the farmer. SubhanAllah, they plant the seed and the tree won't give any fruit for probably 10, 15 years. And when it does, it only needs to be watered twice a season. More than that, it will sink the flower, and chances are, if they're lucky, they will have to squeeze all the olive and make it oil. Otherwise, they will lose it all. So, subhanAllah, in this ayah, Allah said, يُنْبِتُ لَكُمْ بِهِ الزَّرْعَ وَالزَّيْتُونَ وَالنَّخِيلَ وَالْأَعْنَابِ. So you have the olive and the palm that does not require a lot of intervention and very little water. And then you have the thamarat, which requires a water and intervention. And you have type of fruits that, subhanAllah, is just growing on its own. You know, I was checking with one of my Sudanese, brothers, just to confirm. In Sudan, you have lands that it's actually not farmed. It's not. If it rains, it will produce the fruit on its own. SubhanAllah, it's a miracle. If you come to tell a disbeliever this, like, no, how come? Where's the farmer? But this land exists. It exists also in the Amazon, in Brazil. All these free lands, If it rains, you get out the fruit. And this is what Allah is trying to divert our attention to in this ayah. See, from the water, from the rain, see how many blessings we had. SubhanAllah. Later in the surah, Allah said, وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الذِّكْرَ لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ وَلَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. And Allah used يَتَفَكَّرُون, same verb that He used for the raid. And later on as well, Allah said, وَأَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ وَأَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ لِتُبَيِّنَ لَهُمُ الَّذِي اخْتَلَفُوا فِيهِ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً. Just to do the link, brothers, subhanAllah, the land needs water to grow. Now, let's focus on the land that requires a farmer intervention. If that land does not succeed, if there is no fruits, or if there is no crop, what's the problem if there is water? The problem will be with the farmer, right? The farmer did not care enough for the land, and with the presence of the water, it did not produce. SubhanAllah, it's the same with our souls. Our souls, the fruit for our soul, the water for our soul is the Quran and Sunnah. When Allah mentioned al-dhikr in the Quran, it means Kitabullah wa Sunnatu Rasulih. That's why Allah said, لِتُبَيِّنَ لَهُمُ الَّذِي اخْتَلَفُوا فِيهِ لأن السنة مبينة ومكملة لكتاب الله. You cannot take one and leave the other. They both go hand by hand. So for our soul, the water is the Quran and the Sunnah. If the Ummah is going through difficulty and going through turmoil and is going through very bad time, the problem is not Islam. The problem is us. We took the water, we took the Quran, but we did not apply it the right way. And that's why when Allah mentioned the ni'am, the first thing He mentioned, وَعَلَى اللَّهِ قَصْدُ السَّبِيلِ وَمِنْهَا جَائِرٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide to the straight path. But along the straight path, there are a lot of distractions and obstacles. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to the straight path. نفعني الله وإياكم بهذا سبحان الله والحمد لله وأستغفر الله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. جزاكم الله خير.